Is it time for you to start your career as a wedding planner, but you're wondering, how do I even find a wedding planning job? If you've been asking yourself questions like, how do I become a wedding planner? Or how do I get a job as a wedding planner? I'm going to share with you all the details and all the things that you need to think of in this video. Hey there, friends. It's Candice, your business BFF. It's good to see you. Happy New Year. It is 2025. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to get a job as a wedding planner in 2025. Everything that you need to be thinking of, all the options that you can consider, and just how to get started in the wedding industry as a wedding planner. If you're an aspiring wedding planner and you want to make this the year where you kick off your career, you are watching the right video. I'm Candice Coppola. I'm your business BFF. I'm a former wedding planner and designer for over a decade. And in 2019, I sold my business so that I could support aspiring wedding planners like you in starting and growing yours. The truth is when I started my business, there was nothing like this. There's so much great information out there now to help you grow as a wedding planner, to start your career. And I want to make sure that this is the year that you do the thing. You've been bitten by the wedding planning bug. You know that you are meant to do this, but you're just not sure where to start. If that is you, you are in the right place. We're going to dissect this. I'm going to give you some really candid advice, and I know this is going to help point you in the right direction. So first things first, getting a job as a wedding planner isn't as simple as going on Indeed or going up on LinkedIn and looking for job opportunities, unfortunately. This is a very niche industry, and what you're going to find is a lot of wedding planning businesses are small, family-run businesses, which typically means that there's just not big opportunities for large staffing, and you may not have a lot of opportunities, depending on where you live, to join a business or an existing business. So there's not big postings on Indeed and, on some of the other resume websites where you can find a job for job seeking. Most wedding planners are not big enough to hire that way. And what I've also found over the years is a lot of wedding planners are existing companies. They're a bit hesitant in hiring because they don't want to give away all their trade secrets. I'm going to let you in on a little secret here. A lot of times, most people who want a wedding planning job really want to start a wedding planning business. And a lot of wedding planners feel a bit protective over their business and their intellectual property. So they're often seeking support in their business of people who don't want to start their own. If that's you, you're going to make a great candidate for a local wedding planning company. But it might be a little hard to join a team. But don't worry, I have some options for you, so relax. Not all hope is not lost. But I just want to first share that it's not going to be as easy as it is to get a job in another career field, okay? So we're going to have to be a little creative. And that's where I come in because, I'm here to support you, help you figure this out. Now, with that said, the first thing that you need to do in your quest to become a wedding planner this year is to get some education. So regardless of whether you work for someone or you start your own business, you're going to need to figure out what it means to be a wedding planner and to get some education. A lot of people start businesses as a wedding planner or start careers having planned their own wedding. So if that's you, you're in great company. That's pretty much how almost everybody gets started. But planning your own wedding is a lot different than planning a wedding for someone else. So the first thing I want you to do is seek out some education in 2025. That's the easiest way to break into wedding planning. You can take an online course. You can download some tutorials or templates. You're here on YouTube, so you can check my channel. I have so many videos on starting a wedding planning business, wedding planning in general. Jump into anything that is of interest to you. But you're going to need to figure out the ins and outs of planning. This is managing budgets, creating timelines, learning how to design a wedding. Even if that's not something you think you want to do, you still need to know the creative aspect of wedding planning. And you're going to just have to learn all about the job because the job is a lot different than planning parties for your friends or your family. Now, depending on if you want to start your own business, you may also need to get some business education too. I have a great video that I recorded, and it's whether you should work for someone or start your own business. And I'm going to invite you to go watch it after this one. I'll link to it below and I'll include it at the end of this video too, so you can hop over and watch. But you're gonna have to kind of make a decision at some point as to whether you wanna work for someone or start your own business. And I've outlined that all in that video, so I won't recap it here. But this is an important decision that you'll have to make. But you can't make that until you get at least some preliminary education on what goes into being a wedding planner, what your job is, what your responsibilities are. Now, with that said, you're also going to need to get some real world experience as well. And this is where an internship or getting some experience with a local wedding planning company or a venue will come in really handy. Experience is the greatest teacher. I want you to consume as much information as you can online, but we actually got to get you in the field. I would suggest reaching out to some local planners to see if there's an opportunity to start an internship or to come in and learn more about wedding planning by shadowing them or assisting them and supporting their business. If you desire to open up your own business, please be very upfront about that when you make an inquiry, but you're going to need to get some type of real world experience. If you can't find a planner to intern with, to shadow, or to assist, try a wedding venue. Wedding venues are always looking for sales associates, day of coordinators within their business to support their clients. They're always looking for new people. There's a high turnover rate in venues, and I feel for my venue owners because it's hard. Weddings are not always great to work in. They're hard, they're challenging. So you can try working for a venue as well, putting in your resume, your application. As a venue coordinator, you're going to work directly with couples, and it's going to give you a ton of exposure on the venue side of what wedding planning looks like, the logistics of planning. In fact, some of the best wedding planners in the biz started off as venue coordinators. They started off working for a hotel, working for a venue. They learned so much, and it confirmed to them that they love the work and that they want to do it for themselves. And some of the women in my mastermind, in WeddingPro Insiders, my mastermind for women in the wedding industry who are at that six-figure mark and want to grow above, or who are chasing that six-figure mark in their business, they started off as venue coordinators. So this is a great place for you to begin if you can't intern with a wedding planning company. I will also say venues tend to have more consistent payroll opportunities too. So if you need that income stability as you grow your career as a wedding planner, a venue is probably going to be a great place to send your resume to. Now, when you're sending your resume to a venue, if you don't have any event planning experience outside of your own wedding or outside of planning events for family, friends, things like that, I want you to highlight a couple of things on your resume. I first want you to highlight customer service and any customer service experience you have in managing customers' expectations, supporting customers, and helping them get to where they're going. I also want you to highlight how you can problem solve and troubleshoot, because as a planner, that is a really big skill that you need to have. I also want you to highlight how you develop relationships with others and how your experience has supported you in learning how to create relationships with customers and with venue partners. I also want you to highlight how you're great at logistics and managing timelines, projects, and workflows. So draw on any experience you have in those areas. If you feel like you're not strong in some of those places, this is a good indication that you need to strengthen those skills, because they're only going to make you a better wedding planner. Now, as you approach venues, do your research. I want you to personalize your emails, keep it professional, understand what their flow is for hiring and what any protocols they have for sending a resume or inquiring about careers. You should also be following them on social media to see what they're all about and watch their marketing. Outside of venues, the same goes for planners, but I think you can personalize your approach even more because you tend to be working with really small businesses. One-of-one kind of businesses where it's just the planner and maybe seasonal support. Research their business get to know who they are. Follow them on social, support them, and make sure that when you reach out to a local planner that you're personalizing your email, that you are also showing your intentions. And I would also make sure that you speak about how inspired you are by their journey and how they've grown their business. This third step now in getting a wedding planning job in this year in 2025 is to have to decide between working for a business or starting your own. You're going to get education, you're going to get experience, and now you need to make a decision. Do you feel like your best role is as an employee of a company, or do you want to be the owner of the business? You might decide this already. You might be watching this video and you might already know the answer. Working for a company is going to offer you stability that launching a business can't. It's going to give you a steady paycheck with benefits potentially and fewer responsibilities, but opportunities may be limited. Opportunities for advancement, both professionally, financially. Now, starting your own business puts you in the driver's seat. You get to be creative. You have freedom. The financial ceiling, it's not limitless, but it can go way beyond a career at another company. You get to line your own pockets. You also get to serve your customers in the way that you want. You get to carve out a name for yourself, build a brand, build a name that's known. And there is a sense of pride that comes along with being a business owner that I don't know how to describe. It's so gratifying. What I'm doing right now is so gratifying. Owning my own business, making my own hours, deciding when I work, how much I work is so gratifying. I also like to remind people though, that when you start a wedding planning business, you are choosing to be a business owner. You are choosing to be a business owner first. So what might have led you to this conclusion is your desire to be the most amazing wedding planner, but you're actually a business owner first and a wedding planner second. Being a business owner is a calling, but you won't know unless you try if it's the right calling for you. But it means that you have to put on the business owner hat first. You have to prioritize running a business, marketing a business, and all the business tasks before you can prioritize being a planner and planning beautiful, pretty weddings. And there are always ups and downs associated with each, associated with entrepreneurship and associated with working with someone else. And I think we can all agree that working for someone else isn't always the best. There's a lot of drawbacks to it. The biggest being the freedom to think for yourself and do for yourself. So there you have it. Those are the tips for becoming a wedding planner in 2025 and finding a wedding planning job. Let's recap. First, I want you to get educated with some type of online course in wedding planning. Whether you decide to work for yourself or someone else, you need to bring some experience and expertise to the table. Weddings are too important for you to wing it. You will learn a lot on the job, but you need to have a base. Next, you have to get your butt out there and get some real world experience. This means often interning with somebody, working for someone else. You've got to get out there and get some kind of experience. You need experience. And then you'll have to decide whether you want to work for someone else or start your own business. Now, if you are interested in starting your own business, I can help with that. And in fact, I sold my business to help you start yours. If you're interested in starting a wedding planning business in 2025, I actually have the perfect business in a box course that I've created for wedding planners to get you going. It's called the Wedding Planner Business Blueprint. And the promise is that I can get your business launched in 30 days. I'm taking you through every step you need to follow in order to start a wedding planning business. If you want to learn more about this course, I want you to go to startyourweddingplanningbusiness.com. You'll learn all about the Wedding Planning Business Blueprint. And if you see a waitlist page, do yourself a favor, put your name, put your email, sign up for the waitlist, and I will let you know as soon as the doors are open for the course. All right, friend, I'm wishing you a lot of luck. This is your year. 2025 is the year that we are manifesting all the good things and we're making things happen in our lives. This is your year to go after your career, and I couldn't be more excited for you. If you want to hang out with me this year, learn all things about business and wedding planning, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and give this video a like, and I'll see you in the next video here on YouTube.